everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today, and today we're going to make a super pretty card. I'm going to use the All That You Are stamp set, which is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. 9 pieces, red rubber, new cling stamp, beautiful. Now this does coordinate if, when we had the autumn winter catalogue, if you bought the first frost bundle, the thinlets that went with this bundle coordinates with this. It cuts some of the same things out. So there's food for thought. So this one's it's a good buy if you've already got those thinlets as well, because they are carrying over. Lots and lots of things do carry over, and that's one of them. So today we're going to make a lovely card. So I've pre-cut some of my items. This is a standard card base. It's the full length of a UK A4, and I've cut it to 4 1/8, and I've scored it at 5 7/8 to make my card. And then I've got some of the pretty gingham gala. I absolutely adore it. Smaller squares on one side, larger on another. Comes in 5 different colours. Stunning. I'm absolutely in love with it. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to layer this on, and this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this is 4 inch by 5 3/4. I think that's right. So we're just going to layer that on. That's just a very, very tiny border. Okay, so let me try and get that on there as straight as I can. It's not I've not left much of an increment at all. I haven't got that on terribly straight, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because our top layer is going to be offset anyway, so that's that. And then this layer measures 5.5 by, I've forgotten, 5.5 by 3 3/4. Let me just double check that. I always leave the measurements over on my blog, so don't worry. Okay, so now we can get to stamping. So I'm going to use this large statement piece here, and I'm going to stamp it in grey granite. Let's have a look. I'm going to just practice stamp because I've not used this stamp before, and I always like to just stamp it out first just to see what it looks like, and so I can get a kind of an idea in my mind just exactly how big it is. Oh, look at that, isn't that pretty? Now will that stamp? Okay, I'll have it in first generation. I won't have it in second. I was going to have it in second because I'm going to colour it in, but I want it to show up. So we'll do it in that one. Maybe I should have done it in smoky slate. Right, now I've got a sentiment here, and I want that to fit on my card as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put my sentiment where I want it. I don't use the stamp apparatus. I don't have the patience for it. I like to just stamp and go. Don't want to have to faff about with stuff. So, yeah. You won't see a lot of demonstrations of the stamp apparatus from me. I am afraid. I am sorry. I like to just stamp and go. So there we go. And that is stamped on there perfect. And because I had my other stamp there, I have got adequate spacing now for my sentiment. And again, this is the first time I've used this one as well. So I'm going to just practice stamp so that I know I've got that sticker on straight is the main reason. Okay, so that's perfect. So I'll put it on my grid, and I'm just going to stamp here. Try not to get my messy hair in the shot. I've been super busy this morning. I've had a one-to-one with one of my team members. I've been packing customer thank you packs. I've not had time to stop, but now I've done all of my officey work so I can get to crafting. Doesn't take long to do the businessy side of stuff. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little bit of watercolour washing. So I've got Balmy Blue, and I've got Granny Apple Green. Okay, it's not watercolour paper, nothing special. I'm just going to be a little bit careful and not get it too wet. I am using my aqua painter. And I'm using my blocks as a palette. Okay, so if I just dab that on there, there's my Balmy Blue, and there's my Granny Apple Green. Okay, There's my little paint palettes, and then all I've got to do then is throw those in the sink, or give them a wipe with a baby wipe, however you clean things. I just throw mine in the sink in my little downstairs cloakroom bathroom, and you're good to go. So I'm just going to give my brush a bit of a wipe in case it's got any ink residue from previous use on it, which it has. It's a little bit pink. We don't want pink. We don't want pink. So, okay, we've got all the pink out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very gently start and add some colour with my aqua painters. Now I'm not too worried if I go a little bit out of the lines. It's a watercolour wash, doesn't matter. Really doesn't. It adds to the kind of look if you don't do it perfect. We're not colouring, we're watercolour washing. We're being artistic. And if you just brush it lightly, it won't reactivate that grey ink and make that smudge. You've just got to be really careful and not have too much water, and you won't have a problem. Okay. What colour should we do that bit? Not sure. I didn't really think about what colours to do what. So I start with the darker there, and then work your way out, and it should go a little tad lighter as you're going along. If you want to be clever and add shading, you can. Okay, just put some green on there, and on them bits. And you've got a, you know, you've got yourself a watercolour picture. Pretty quick, pretty fast. I'm having those green. Don't know if they're meant to be, but I'm having them green. I've rinsed my brush again. If I wanted to, I could go back in and add some slightly darker tones just there. Okay, just like around the edge of the, where the shadow would fall. I'm not terribly good at that, so I don't really bother. I don't think it matters. I think you can get an awesome look either way just by playing. Okay, so what I've got now is I've got another big ink block here, and I'm going to make it really watery, that ink, so it's nice and pale, and I'm just going to wash that over. Okay, just wash it over, leaving slight gaps, and then just dot over those. Okay, put that away. Ideally you would leave that to dry. I ain't got time for that. So what I'm going to do now, just to add a little bit more interest to my card, I am going to distress the edges. Okay. You've got to be firm yet gentle at the same time. You don't want to rip your card in half, but if you make little tears around the edge, all that's going to do is add to the look and make it look even prettier. There we go. Okay, doke. Give those edges a bit of a crumple, and then what I'm just going to do is reach for some, I've got some little sequins somewhere, some of the, do we have those? Might have those, I'm not sure yet. Let's have a look what else we've got. Oh, these are from the Butterfly Gala. I quite like those little iridescent ones. They're cute, aren't they? I think I've got a truck outside my craft room now by the sounds of it, which is helpful. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. I'm filming. How rude. Right, I'm gonna how rude. I'm gonna have white ones, I think, because I want it to be super subtle. I think the iridescent ones I will save for another time. and I think they might just spoil it a little bit. So I'm just adding just 3. They will just catch the light and look super pretty. Get rid of that fluff. Turn that over. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just gently offset it so that it's just at an angle, but you don't want it peeking over the edge of the card, so just be careful. Okay, have it there like that. And there you go. And I think that's super pretty. What a lovely stamp set. I hope you'll give that card a try. I'll leave pictures of it and all of the measurements and a list of the products, but it's basically one stamp set and some DSP underneath. So go and check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.